after that, I went and saw Zootopia. This is a movie that I've only got a trailer for a few times, and mostly whenever I got a trailer for it, it was that Sloth trailer that everybody's talked about. I've talked about it more than a few times, and I fucking love that trailer. You know, it basically the scene where it's a trailer where it shows the DMV full of sloths. I thought that trailer was hilarious, but at the same time, I didn't know anything about the fucking plot. I was like, is this movie gonna have the sloths the whole time? If it does, I'm so there to see it. But how this movie caught my attention is, you haven't been noticing lately on Rotten Tomatoes, it for a few days, almost for a few weeks, had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, holy shit! Like, that's pretty much unheard of for like a Disney movie if it's not Pixar involved in it. And right now, I think it stands at like a 99 still. That's pretty damn cool. I was like, wow, this movie that good? I was like a lot of people, like, really? This movie's a 99%? Really? I didn't even really know what the plot was, other than it had sloths in a DMV that looked really fucking hilarious. But I was like, other than that, I don't know what the plot for this movie is. And then I actually did read what the plot was, and then I got a chance to see the trailer before I saw the movie. I'm like, all right, that doesn't look bad. I don't know if it's gonna be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That great. I mean, to be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. You know what? This movie was really good. It is really, 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 really good. I don't know if it's 100% deserves the 100%. It got like 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Although you can pretty much take Rotten Tomatoes with a grain of salt. Pretty much anytime like somebody just gives like an okay review, they just consider that positive. So anytime that happens, anytime like a movie gets like 100% Rotten Tomatoes, it pretty much kind of, it's kind of, not always accurate. But this movie is very, very good. I really did enjoy this movie. I had a blast, like, between this and London Has Fallen. It was a great night at the movie theaters. I hadn't had this much fun in a movie theater in a long time. I had a blast watching this movie. This movie was hilarious in a lot of different ways. Who's it? I really dug Jason Bateman as the Fox character. Damn it, it's been a couple days, so I gotta apologize. I forget this guy's name. He's perfect as a smart-ass fox. It's Jason Bateman being a smart-ass fox. What else would you expect from Jason Bateman? And Jason Bateman's great. I love the guy. He's very, very funny. And also the girl, Jennifer Goodwin, who plays the Judy Hopps, that bunny, was really good. It's mainly her story. And you kind of feel bad for this character throughout the whole film, and you actually want to see her succeed. It did its job and make me want to see her succeed and become a well-respected police officer. It's like this is like because she's so small, they end up not treating her like the other police officers, and they treat her as unequal to them, and it's your stereotypical kind of like underdog story that you've seen a million times before, but it's very good. Like, I liked it. The jokes in this movie are fucking hilarious. There's a lot of really good, clever jokes in this movie. One of my favorite jokes in this whole movie, and this movie is best described as very, like, the jokes come very quickly and very often. Like, if you are not paying attention, you'll miss a lot of them. One of the jokes that I laughed so fucking hard at, and I was the only one who laughed at this joke, so apparently I'm the only one who caught this, was this movie has the tendency throughout the whole thing to make fun of other Disney movies. Like, there's to the point that at one point there's a weasel, literally there's a weasel who's selling pirated copies of movies, and it's all Disney movies that have like Big Hero 6, Entangled, and like they literally showed the box covers of like Big Hero 6 and Tangled and Frozen. I think Frozen was in there. But if they had animals in there, or in Wreck-It Ralph too, if they had animals in there instead of actual like human characters, that was funny. that made me chuckle a little bit. But one of my favorite jokes involved a Disney joke, which was the police chief tells Judy Hopps at one point, he says, "This is not a musical where you can just sing all your worries away, so let it go." I laughed pretty hard at that. Like, that was a pretty good, this movie set me in the right mood. This movie has a lot of puns. Like, one point she arrests the weasel that I was talking about earlier. She said, "Well, I popped the weasel." And, what was the other one that was so fucking... there were just so many like jokes in it. I forget what the other puns were, but there was another joke that I thought of, like where they go into a town that is filled with mice, and it's like becomes a monster movie, and they're like almost stomping on all these mice, and all these mice are running away. That was pretty hilarious. That scene was hilarious. There's so much, like, I love the little interactions, like the gerbils coming to work through tubes and shit like that. That was hilarious. There was a lot of shit in the background going off in the background that you would just like be looking at in the background at the stuff that was going on more than what was going on in the foreground. Because it was kind of hilarious. Like this little universe that was going on. Also, this movie has some weird jokes in it. They make a Godfather reference, which if you've seen the trailers, you've probably seen it, where these polar bears kidnap Judy and the fox, Jason Bateman's character, and they take him to Mr. Big, and ends up being this little weasel that looks like Marlon Brando in The Godfather, and also has a daughter who looks like Snooki. Apparently he's like Snooki, I guess. That's weird. In 2016 we're getting a Snooki joke. That's the only thing. If they're not making a Snooki joke, I might be wrong, but it had the same hairstyle as Snooki, so I'm pretty certain it had to be Snooki, like a Snooki weasel. I can't believe I'm saying those words in my mouth, coming out of my mouth. But also, one of the weirdest jokes in the whole damn movie was towards the end, they make a Breaking Bad reference. I am not making that up. And to the point that they have characters named Jesse and Walter. It was like, really, movie? You just made a Breaking Bad reference in a kid's film. Okay, fuck it, why not? And that's pretty hilarious that they made references to both the Godfather and Breaking Bad in kids' movies. Whatever. But also, this movie, I will give it a lot of praise. While this movie is very funny, it is very dramatic. And when it's very dramatic, it's very, very good. Like, it has a really good message. Like, I've heard a lot of critics praise this movie for the message it delivers. And I gotta give it the same praise. As this movie has, and this is a very timely movie because of what's going on, especially with fucking the presidential candidates we have nowadays, where this movie basically teaches kids about how not to believe be prejudiced against people that are different from you, or believe in stereotypes that are given to people that are wrongly given to people that are different from you. And to be tolerant tolerant with people that are different from you and everything else. It has a really good message. I really dug that because it's like in this whole universe, predator and prey are living in harmony together because they've evolved, and all of a sudden, for some reason, the main story is that predators are somehow going back to their old ways and are viciously attacking prey for no reason. And they're trying to figure out what's going on, and because of that, like, you know, predators are wrongfully being signaled at, or basically being, like, you know, targeted and being bashed in the public and everything else, and wrongfully so, and it becomes like one of those kind of movies, and I'm like that's pretty good. That's a pretty good message for a kids movie. Like I said, it's very timely for nowadays. And I really like that. Really, really did. I really recommend this movie. It's gonna probably be the film to beat come next year for the Oscars for Best Animated Feature. That's a definite. I mean, there's a few other movies that probably are going to be very good, but I guarantee you this will be one of the favorites come next year. Really recommend this movie. It is very good. Like, even though I said it's not, like, I wouldn't go as far maybe to say it's 100% Rotten Tomatoes or 99, or I wouldn't put this up to, like, in the same categories as stuff like, you know, Lion King or Finding Nemo or Wall-E or Up or any of that stuff, or Toy Story 3. But I would definitely, you know, I definitely recommend this movie. I really do. It's a lot of fun. Really good kids movie with a really good message for kids too. As far as trailers go, I got the new Finding Dory trailer. I finally kind of get a new, like, the plot of what this movie is about, and I heard a friend of mine, I hadn't seen the trailer until now, and I heard a friend of mine tell me that it said it's basically using the same jokes as the first one over again. And it is kind of, I can see what they're talking about, but at the same time, I thought the trailer was fine. I'm looking forward to the movie. I love Finding Nemo. It's one of my favorite animated films. Pixar definitely needs a boost after the disaster that was The Good Dinosaur. So I think this movie, I highly doubt this movie will not do well. This movie definitely will do well. Everybody I know loves Finding Nemo. Half people my age love Finding Nemo, so it's gonna do well. Finally got a new trailer for The Jungle Book. I've gotten the same trailer for like months and months and months and months and months, and I like that trailer. But this one shows like a full blown trailer of like all the actors voicing like the different roles they're in. Like Bill Murray's doing Baloo, Ben Kingsley's doing the Panther. I forgot her goddamn name. Idris Elba's Shere Khan. That'd be kind of, that's gonna be kind of awesome. That should be really cool. It looks really good, and the effects look really good. I'm really looking forward to this film. And then playing the Bare Necessity song like throughout the film or throughout the trailer is really cool. I really liked it. This next one's gonna be one of my favorite trailers that I've seen all year. Ice Age. I got the new trailer for Ice Age Collision Course. Now this movie doesn't look very good, and for most part, the trailer for this movie was kind of shit. But the beginning of this trailer, I highly recommend watching. I lost it in the middle of the movie theater because it shows at the beginning of the trailer the whole thing where Scrat finds a spaceship and ends up going out into space and everything else. When that happens, though, why that made me laugh so hard was because while that happens, they play the Gravity, the music from the Gravity trailer. You know, that piano beat that they were playing throughout that trailer. Do, do, do. If you've seen Gravity trailer, if you've ever seen the Gravity trailer, you know what I'm fucking talking about. I fucking lost it. Like, it's a very serious, like, you know, music. It's being played while Scrat's doing his antics, and it's pretty fucking hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing, but the rest of the trailer I could give a fuck about. Scrat is the best. They need to realize that Scrat is the only thing that people will watch out of those films. The rest of those movies are not that good. I mean, they're alright, but I quit watching after number 3. And the last trailer I got was Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life. Well, that kid that person's never grown up, apparently, because they're a lot worse than fucking middle school. There's a lot more years that are worse than middle school, especially high school. Apparently this person never fucking went to high school. It's your generic. This trailer kind of disappointed me because at first I thought it's about a kid who is going to a school where the principal is like this dictator who has all these really weird rules and won't let the kids do anything, and he's trying to take over the school. Well, when this was going on at first, it showed a kid like doing drawings of the principal or something like that, and the principal throwing it away, and my first thought was like, oh, or is this the trailer finally for that Captain Underpants movie that I've been hearing about? No, I guess not. Okay, whatever. If you don't know what Captain Underpants is, look it up. It's pretty fucking hilarious kids series books that I grew up on that were pretty goddamn funny. And I hope that, I don't know if that project's still in the works. I think DreamWorks Animation is doing it. I hope they still are doing it. Although if DreamWorks having a lot of trouble lately, I don't know. But I really want to see a Captain Underpants movie. That's as far as trailers go. I'll be back later on this week with, well, my movie theater finally got Spotlight after the Oscars. And winning the Oscars, I might get around to checking that out. Maybe finally doing a review on that, even though it's like a few months late. I might still, if you want me to do a review for it, I'll still do it. Get my thoughts on it. But if I don't do that, I will be back later this week with reviews for the Brothers Grimsby and 10 Cloverfield Lane. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.